About 50 seconds to go on this, the third and decisive final rubber between Exeter Blue and Royal Thames Blue. So the winner of this will go through to the final. So it is the last, it comes down to the final rubber in the Hampshire showdown. Murray Hampshire and Josh Flack sparring it out here for the best spot at the pin end, and the other four boats looking to take the rest of the slots on the line. This line is looking fairly expansive, so there is some space there, but nonetheless, we do have a situation whereby, but team racing can happen, anything can happen. It's 10 seconds to go. I would suggest most of these boats are looking pretty late. Fiona Hampshire luffing in behind Murray there, but Murray is definitely being burnt off by Josh Flack, who definitely takes the pick of the starts there on the left-hand side of the picture. Fiona Hampshire tacking out, but it looks like probably a 2-3-6 combination right off the start line for Exeter. So Murray Hampshire out here looking to make it stick on the left-hand side. Just getting the speed on, and so here we go. So Izzy Fitzgerald has already been sussed out by Arthur here, so Arthur's looking to make sure that Izzy stays in 6, but nonetheless he is tacking out. I think this is just some conservatism on the first beat to make sure that the best possible combination is achieved, but we have a situation whereby they look like they're in a 2-3-6 still, with Exeter in a 2-3-6 versus 1-4-5 for Thames. But it is still very tight here. Anything can happen. One-way shift. There's a lot of tacking going on. People taking all the shifts over different sides. Izzy Fitzgerald there going out the left-hand side, perhaps looking to gamble as a 6th position boat. But it does look as though Josh Flack has nailed down that first position after that absolutely cracking start off the port end. Oliver Gono tacks, and Josh looks to tack inside him there and perhaps make this stick with a 1-4-5 position. We have on the left-hand side there Arthur rogering the fact he needs to get on this Exeter boat pretty soon, and so is actually looking to make a big gap in this 1-4-5 combination pretty much immediately. So there we have it. Some very astute team racing from Arthur Henderson, really understanding what is needed from his team, from him and the rest of his team. So this gap here, the 4-5 gap, it's one of the biggest 4-5 gaps I've seen in a very long time. And we have a situation where Exeter have got a very difficult challenge here. They have to make sure that they slow down this Fiona Hampshire's boat 5, in order to slow her down and compress that 4-5 gap to hopefully try and get that boat 1, who's in 6th position at the moment, through. So this is what we find is there's a protest there from boat 3. I suggest that's probably not going to be red flag for Fiona Hampshire there. Murray Hampshire to taking out his sister, causing a penalty. These two boats here are now waiting around for Fiona Hampshire to take her umpire spins. But even so, Arthur Henderson in 6th place is doing a cracking job of slowing down Izzy Fitzgerald. I mean, Fiona Hampshire's able to do 2 whole spins there and still maintain that 4th position. Murray Hampshire is looking to come back at Fiona. This is going to be a big downwind leg for both of them, I would say. So Murray Hampshire in boat 3, Fiona Hampshire at boat 5. There's a bit of shenanigans going on here. Fiona Hampshire looking to go inside here. There we are. So there we are. Murray Hampshire jibing. Fiona Hampshire jibing to avoid. There's a big luff there. There we are. So Murray Hampshire and Fiona Hampshire. This is very entertaining stuff. Murray could go for a jibe there. Looks like he's possibly lost out by the impressive boat handling skills of Fiona Hampshire and Honor Fell. She's going inside there. She may even get room there, but it looks like perhaps that isn't going to happen. Now these boats 2 and 3, they've got to compress this gap surely, otherwise they've got no chance. There we are, Fiona Hampshire, and being laughed up and around the buoy by Oliver Gregono, and then now jibing to go around the buoy. So there we are, Arthur Henderson. He knows exactly what he has to do here. He's got to keep this gap as big as possible Fiona Hampshire doing a fantastic job right here of pushing these two Exeter boats round the course and making it as difficult as possible for them. And it looks like this is what's going to be a really, really important factor when it comes to this race. So Izzy Fitzgerald out here on the left-hand side, she's got to try somehow to push Arthur Henderson around this course. There we are. So we have a situation whereby boat 3 and boat 2 are going round this mark. Fiona Hampshire has no room in there. Whether she's able to get in, she's able to sneak in there. So it's a 3 position for Fiona Hampshire. Her persistence has paid off now, and she's out on the right hand side, perhaps has a starboard back, so looking potentially 1-2 here. And indeed, Josh Flack sees this situation arising and comes down onto this boat 2 and tries to make boat 2 as slow as possible. So Fiona Hampshire out on this right hand side, potentially looking to come back into first place from 4th, turning on the gas, and it looks like that's what's going to happen here. Potentially a favourable shift of Fiona Hampshire might mean that she's able to tack and cross both boats into boat 2 in that picture. Indeed, this is what we see now, and boat 5 and 6 actually cross each other is irrelevant because boat 5 and 6 will tack both, called bouncing we call it in T-racing boat terminology. Boat 5 tacks back. Oliver Grigono's got some desperate times now. This is it, or they're out of the competition, and it's Thames through to the final. But it looks like there's not a lot he can do here. They've nailed down this 1-2 combination. Arthur Henderson has turned an absolute blinder in this race, absolutely making sure that Izzy Fitzgerald had not a chance in hell of getting out of that 6th position, and that 4-5 gap was as big as feasibly possible. And it's excellently worked from Thames, and it's a 1-2, and it's all over now. So Thames are going to be in the final, and commiserations to Exeter Blue. It looks like this senior experience of Fiona Hampshire over her younger brother has paid off here, and Murray Hampshire and Izzy Fitzgerald with Arthur Henderson having some games back there. Maybe they didn't realise about the 1-2 situation, but there we are. That's the end of the race. Congratulations to both teams, but we'll see Thames in the final.